Hey again, everybody. Today we're going to start talking about something different, and what we're going to talk about is positional language. And that sounds super complicated and hard, but really, it's language that we use every day. It's words that we use every day. And what positional language does is it helps us describe where things are. So in positional language, we're using things like over or under or beside or in front. And we're using those words to help describe how things relate to each other or where one thing is compared to another thing. This type of math is really useful when we're looking at maps or directions, or we're trying to come up with dance moves or trying to explain something to someone, how to set something up. All of that uses positional language. So we need these words to be able to describe to someone else how things are. So to help describe to you what I mean about these words, I'm going to use examples from what I had around my house. So Ravi and I have been missing our friends and our family members, and his best friend Elwin is also his cousin. So we've been looking through pictures of Ravi and Elwin and all the fun that they've had over the past few years. And in these pictures, I decided that this is the perfect way to explain to you guys how to use these words. So here are the examples I came up with. Here are some examples of positional language, or the words that help us describe where things are compared to each other. And these are the words that I want you to use when you're going to do the activity. So there's over, and the opposite of that is under, above, and the opposite of that is below, in front of, the opposite is behind, inside, the opposite is outside, next to, and the opposite is between. So here are my examples using Ravi and Elwin as my assistants. So sometimes there's not enough room for both of them to sit, but that's okay because Ravi likes to sit over Elwin. Sometimes though, Elwin gets enough and he goes under the seat. When they're on the boat, Elwin likes to sit on the seat that's above the seat that Ravi sits on. Sometimes when Ravi's lonely, he puts his head below the fence to try to see if the neighbor dog is wanting to play. Sometimes in pictures, Ravi sits in front of Elwin, which means that Elwin is behind Ravi. Elwin loves being nice and cool, so that means he sits inside the holes Ravi digs in the garden, and he goes all the way inside big, huge snowbanks in the winter. They both love having their heads outside the windows when we're driving in the car. When lying down and playing at the dog park, they lie down next to each other. But sometimes when Ravi's tired or he really doesn't want me to talk to him anymore, he sticks his head between the couch pillows. Here's your challenge for today. I want you to make a scene or set up something with your toys, or it could be with things in the kitchen or some nature items that you found outside. And I want you to describe either on video so that I can see it or Miss Hutchinson can see it, or just to your mom and dad or brother and sister. I want you to use these new words, so words like over, under, below, inside, outside, beside, in front of, behind. I want you to use all of these words to describe how you set up your scene. So if your dinosaur is in front of your horse in the scene, then I want you to practice saying those words out loud and describing to someone how exactly you set up your toys or your nature items or your kitchen items. Have fun.